But man, one thing I gotta say, and I know we talked about this before, but man, you stay busy. Like, is there a point where you actually ever gonna take like a month off or 2 months off and just kick it at the crib?
Um, I've discovered the whole world of vacations recently, about
Okay.
last year. But like, longest I've gone is like 2 weeks, which is a lot for me. But yeah, I try to take like a week off every 6 months or so. So
So you're literally on the road, literally, 12 months minus a couple weeks.
yeah, I mean, for DJs, there's no off time really. I'm not complaining, but it's sometimes when I speak to people in the broader music industry, it's still important to point that out because it's very different from bands. Bands have cycles. Bands tour around albums. DJs just always zigzag, and because DJs are a one or two man operation, it's easier to route. It's not as complicated as a band that has more members, more gear, backline and stuff. So the agents kind of have a field day with it. They're like, oh, it's easy, man. You're gonna fly to Calgary, and then you'll fly to Kathmandu, and then you'll fly to Moosehead, and then you'll fly to Abu Dhabi, and da da da. And
Yeah.
on paper, it looks fine, and then you go and do it.
And then you're the one doing about 90 minutes of sleep before you get on to your next flight.
Yeah, and the more the more of a range you cover as a DJ, then the more the more types of events you'll get booked at, and it just gets even busier that way, I think, because I know for myself, I'll jump in between festivals and club gigs and electronic music and hip hop and the odd like eclectic thing here and there, getting booked at like museums and stuff like that too, or just whatever I find interesting. So like then going to play like a big main stage somewhere. So I enjoy bouncing around like that. It's kind of how I've kept my sanity over the years. So I kind of welcome that. But it also means doing a lot of gigs.
And when you say bouncing around, keeping your sanity, you mean bouncing around between genres, right?
Between scales of shows, sizes,
Okay.
between genres, and even within genres, between different settings and stuff, because it forces me to kind of stay on my toes and never get into too much of a routine, so my mind stays stimulated, and I like it.